NBA Celtics coach Idoka has been suspended for the entire year for his um, part in a consensual sexual relationship with female staffers and possibly a second female staffer.
Released a statement from Idoka saying, quote, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I'm sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision. Out of respect for everyone involved, I will have no further comment."
Now, before we start, can we have a little conversation here? Can we stop having these talking points of just Pookie and Ray Ray participating in the activities of cheating and doing women wrong, and there are no good guys and things like that? Ladies, let me give you something real quick. If a man is going to cheat, he is going to cheat. There's no doubt about that. There are men that have literally said that, oh, well, she did me wrong, or oh, she's not having sex with me as much as she wants to, or that does all that. That doesn't give you an excuse to go out and cheat. That gives you an excuse to leave. Absolutely, you're not getting what you want in that relationship. But to have your cake and eat it too means it can't be that bad. Just being honest. Whether he is broke as hell or whether he is in the NBA, just got out of the finals, has a chance to repeat. His team is probably in the better chance to repeat. Everybody came back. The focus should be the NBA championship for the Boston Celtics. Yeah, that man will still cheat as well. And I do feel sorry for Nia Long, not just because she found out through social media, which must be fucking embarrassing. But just because like one of the staffers allegedly was handling her travels from Boston to wherever they were in some games. So these women were this woman right here. She wanted that extra time. So that's also how embarrassing it is as well. Is that there's another woman literally trying to stop you from showing up to games for your fiance in hopes to get more time with your fiance. Ain't that crazy? So I want to get into this Stephen A. and Malika Andrews, if I'm saying her name correctly. I want to get into that situation because there's a lot going on in that situation.
For the suspension to be indefinite,
it's almost worse, just, like a lame duck status.
That's what you did. You ruined his. You ruined his career.
Okay.
Well, Molly, thank you. If I could first start with this, Stephen A. With all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop. What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all of the information here. And it was frustrating to me that the Celtics declined to elaborate or to give more specifics about what exactly the rule breaking was that led us to this point. So that I just want to get that out of the way first. But to answer your question, Molly, I think what stood out to me, I think what stood out to me is that Brad Stevens, he was upset. That's what stood out to me about what he termed rampant Twitter BS is the word that he used, that women were unfairly dragged into this within the Celtics organization. You could see that Brad Stevens was visibly upset about this. And I also found that to be gross and unnecessary.
Now, I'm going to also say this. They are both right and they are both wrong. Let's start from Stephen A. Situation and what he's really trying to say and articulate on
he deserves to be fired, or he deserves to be there and handle it internally and privately. If you're not going to handle it privately, if you're going to publicize it in that fashion, then obviously it provokes everybody wanting to know, okay, well, who are the parties involved? When you have Amina Smith in Boston and other women pointing out the fact that there were women who were wrongly implicated in all of this, it's a disservice to them. I didn't come out with the report about a consensual relationship. I didn't come out with the report ahead of time leaking that they were going to suspend him for the year. They did that. And my point is, considering how pervasive this kind of stuff has existed in professional sports for many years, my whole point is that, excuse me, make sure that you handle it in the same fashion it has always been handled. You could have fired him, and then we could have speculated till the cows come home, but he's gone. But to keep him there,
that he's not defending Ami Adoku, nor is he blaming women in totality. And I think I get it, Malika. Like, there's, you know what I mean, especially what happened to the young lady, where the media has been trying to find out who these women are. And that's the thing too, is that the Boston Celtics has not released any names on who they are, and anything of that nature, right? Which is of course suspicious. That's fine, but at the end of the day, um, no one has come out with any information. And so what did the internet do? The social media do? They went and found and leaked all type of pictures, female staffers from the Boston Celtics, in hopes to find out who it is. And then they leaked a picture of a young lady who is not involved at all. Probably doesn't know what's going on until now. And that is dangerous. That is dangerous to put women, and that is, not a good thing that we do to women. We need to make sure all the information is out, which even in me saying this, is that all the information is not out. But here's where Stephen A was absolutely right. The fact that you have blown up a man's life, you have, and rightly so, is his, he did it to himself, but those women also do it to themselves. We don't know that they've been fired. Reportedly that they have not been fired, but he is on suspension. No, he's not been fired, but he can't go through the whole season. And in that regards, I do believe Stephen A. Smith when I say he should either be fired or he should be allowed to continue to play. Is it embarrassing? Absolutely. He's going to have to live with that. And him and Nia Long, or whatever's going to happen with that relationship, is going to have to happen. But, to punish a guy for this. Now, let me also say this, fellas. When it comes to work, fraternizing is a thing. Like, that's a policy in most professional to corporate jobs. Hey, don't fuck your coworkers, okay? And so that's what a lot of people, unfortunately, they do have a causation. And if he was fired, I don't give a shit, because the fact that you as a man not understanding that, like, bro, if you're gonna go cheat outside the arena. They can't fire him for something that he did outside the arena. And if it's publicized, it's going to be publicized on someone else's platform. But that part, I do agree with Stephen A. Smith. It was a protection of the women, but it was a damnation of the men and of the man. And both should be standing firm in their accountability for doing anything. There's so many different people that are coming out saying it's the VP's wife, or the wife, or the husband of the VP. There's so many different stories out there right now. To be honest with you, we cannot confirm all this. But what I will say is that in the end, like, we do need to do a better job of holding both sides, both genders accountable. I understand there's no protecting him, but there's also no protecting those ladies as well.